Good morning, good morning, good morning, everybody. It is Monday. It's October 30th. It was local barangay elections over here, and things were kind of chaotic. But anyway, guys, coming on 5:34 a.m. on Monday morning, and you may think that I overreacted there on Friday when I was saying get out of your long exposure. Well, you know what? It could have been a hell of a lot worse than what it was, but as of right now, this morning, we are up 26 points, 0.63% on the ES. We are up 114 points on the NQ, 0.80%. And we are right back at our resistance areas, very close to Friday's highs over on the NQ. We're not quite yet to Friday's highs over on the ES, but we are going into this a little bit overbought. Nice recovery over on the Russell, but the Russell has a major hole to dig out of. I'm going to bring a couple of more things over here just to enlighten you a little bit. And more importantly, we will go over here. Yeah, going to be dropping and dragging. Yeah, so the NQ, here's where we're at. We'll look here at a 2-day 15-minute. And yeah, even though we are right around where the highs were yesterday. Nice gap up. Gaps get filled. Again, you may think it was an overreaction, but that's what I'm here for, and that is to make sure that nobody gets incredibly screwed up. Over on the Russell, here on a 2-day, 5-minute, that's what we're working with. You know what? We should change this to 15-minute because the Russell is not that important. And yeah, again, here you can see the Russell extreme weakness continuing, even though we are getting a nice gap up with everything. Week to date. Sorry, guys, but it's Monday. Everybody deserves to start off slow on Monday. And I'll leave my SPY on the 5-minute because I like it. Here we are over on the SPY. Not even close yet to the highs. Not even the open highs, but that bounce high in the middle of the day prior to the bad news hitting, which from 414 down to that 409. Yeah, I did save you a lot of grief by sending that email out, so I don't regret it. So today being Monday, right, we will move this back to the 5-minute. Today being Monday, you don't want to go jumping into, the mosh pit immediately just because the market's open and we didn't have World War III over the weekend. However, what you do want to do and take into consideration is this is what I would look at as a trade of the week, and I'll explain why. November 3, Friday, buying the 40. Jesus Christ, the fucking dog. Buying the 41.15 puts and selling the 41.20 puts. The reason being is we closed at 41.17 over here on Friday. We've got 2 red weeks in a row, so quite obviously be looking for a third red week. Not going to happen. And your full moon happened on Saturday. So we have our full moon in place. We have a beautiful revisit right down to the Russian invasion from February of 2022. We are extremely oversold, as I showed everything. So that is what I would be looking at. Now, however, over on the QQQ, big difference. QQQ closed green on Friday. Very significant, very important. It was actually up greater than 1.5% at one point during the day. So again, the reason the focus for QQQ on this bounce recovery play into middle portion of November 17th being OPEX week, December 1 more preferred, just in case we do get a run all the way through Thanksgiving up into the next full moon, which is on November 27th. You have Thanksgiving there in between that. Those are the preferred dates, November 17th, December 1st. I've shared with you the strikes. You obviously have that. Now, on the QQQ, again, because we did get a significant bounce, we did get into correction territory on both. We're looking for a bounce. We are not in any way, shape, or form looking for a move that you had from March into July, a move that you had in January into February. We are not looking for that at all. Now, I haven't cleaned any of this up, but you can see it better on the wider view. Google, big gap down off of earnings, hanging at 20% from its all-time highs. Again, as the idea being QQQ, being heavyweight, I like the view on this of selling the 121 or 120 puts and buying the 120 or 119 puts. Like the bullish put spread for Google to remain above 122, slowly recover itself up to 128. Slowly recover up to 128. That's the only reason I'm not saying I like calls. Apple, love the drop down to 165, holding right under here under 170. Love it. We have earnings coming out on Thursday. I don't advocate in any way, shape, or form playing or getting involved in earnings. Apple comes out on Thursday. Let Thursday be Thursday. Meta, earnings had your drop off of earnings. They bagged everybody on earnings. Apologize for the gray, but the gray, like I shared a long time ago, this is inside of the metaverse gap down. The metaverse gap down ends way up here at 323. But actually, remove drawing 5. No, we don't want to do that one. Undo. We want to remove drawing 1. There you go. So this is your gap up right there. That's your big gap up from over there on the meta, or gap down on the metaverse. Metaverse, Meta, Facebook, Zuckerfuck. This stock doesn't stay below 298. It doesn't. It will not go and stay below 298. It is one of the most incredible things that I have seen in a very long time. Here is a 90-day, 30-minute. July, the move up in July. Here was your dip in August, right back up above 298. Here was your drop down, right back up above 298 is where we're at right now. So again, Meta, I like this for a view for selling a bullish put spread well underneath this 298, expecting that it will be closing well in the lower 300 areas later in the week. Took a long time to get that out. Apologize. Microsoft, here we are. Very, very big major support level here at 330. Same position. I like the view on Microsoft of selling a bullish put spread, of buying the below 330 puts and selling the 330 puts. Like the view for the course of the week, going into Friday, going into jobs, after the FOMC meeting. There should be multiple times on all of these that I'm mentioning that you will be able to get better credit, exact credit, same credit. You still have Monday. Today we're up. Tomorrow you have Tuesday. Show you that in a second. Tesla. I table pounded 208 like there was no tomorrow, and 208 has proven itself that 208 is about as strong as you're ever going to see. 208, I like this again, just like last week. Buy the 202 or buy the 200 puts, sell the 202.50 puts, 202.50 being your low from way down here. I'd like Tesla holding above 207. Does not mean that I see Tesla making a run to go fill the earnings gap up above 230. Not just yet. Amazon, great move down there to that 38.2 at 117.25, 38.2 to the all-time lows. Nice recovery back up above this trend line from 2018 and COVID. I like Amazon staying here. I don't like Amazon breaking out, but I like Amazon staying up here. So any dips down below the 124, 122 area, I would obviously be looking at doing a bullish put spread, collecting some credit on that. NVIDIA, you finally got your shake below 400. And where are we? Holding that 404, 407 area. AMD reports earnings tomorrow night. I prefer NVIDIA in place of AMD. And the reason being is because on NVIDIA, you'd be much better off selling a bullish put spread than you would buying calls. Calls are left for QQQ. NVIDIA is in QQQ. AMD is in QQQ. Microsoft, Tesla, every one of those stocks we covered is inside QQQ. And here's AMD. Absolutely gorgeous. Drop down to 93. This is your 50 retracement. 50 retracement to your 2022 lows. Absolutely gorgeous right there. You also have your 2020 high from September. Beautiful place to be, and a move back up to 148. That's exactly what I would be looking for when they come off of earnings. A move back up into the 100s. So that pretty much covers all of those, which are 8 names that I would look at for collecting credit on bullish put spreads. When we come to the QQQ, like we said, the play is buying calls, not doing spreads, but buying the calls on QQQ. And leave you again here with why I like this trade of the week on the SPX, but I don't like it right now. This is thanks to one of our members who tracked Mondays. Every Monday since the beginning of the second half of the year, after June 30th, has been a green close. Every Monday. Last week, Monday, was not. We closed down 7 points. 7 points last week, Monday. Streak got broken. One day, and only down 7 points. Now, however, tomorrow is Taco Tuesday. And tracking on your Tuesdays, they loved being red, and then you had a green one. They loved being red, and then we had a green one. And then on October 17th, OPEX week, we only closed down less than a point. And we were up quite big last week on Tuesday, Taco Tuesday, up 1%. So again, we have Monday today. We've gapped up quite significantly. It's definitely there that we are going to be seeing a green close today. Tuesday being tomorrow, we'll see where Tuesday brings us for tomorrow. The one last thing that I will leave you with is what I'm tracking always is our VIX. Come on, baby, VIX. And where we are at present is having just missed that 100 extension at 2364 on this move to the upside. ABC correction, absolutely. Your big wide trend line being way, way up there. Right on that trend line, and every time we have come to that trend line, which is coming off your February and June highs from back in 2022, we've been dipping and selling down. What we need to see is a move of the VIX closing below 20. And not only closing below 20, but then we want to see a close below 20 and a push down to that 1811. A push down to the 1811, and we can finally start to agree that bears actually have left the building, and we do stand a small but very significant chance that the full moon is in, and we will see our VIX drop. And as we get our VIX drop, that's when we will begin to start tracking for when we can get into the opposite play for later in the year, closer to the end of the year, because I shared what I shared with you on the weekend. Apologize, because this has been a little bit longer than I expected. I thought it was going to be a 3 or 5 minute video. Good morning. Happy Monday. Happy Monday. Happy Monday. Start your week off fresh. Start your week off with a lot of patience. You don't need to jump into anything. Today is Monday. Tomorrow's Tuesday. We got AMD. We have the FOMC meeting on Wednesday. The road is clear. All the patience of waiting and waiting during the course of last week for us to finally get bottomed, you have your bottom.